You see, the funny thing is that from my perspective, I've got hundreds of excellent videos up for all of you, all of my subscribers. And essentially, I never hear back from anybody day to day, month after month. I don't hear back from anybody on any of the videos anymore. It's been years since I've really gotten any sort of like nominal amount of uh, comments on anything at all. It's like I've almost everything is entirely ignored. And then a few of my videos, very few, but a few have 1 to 2 comments. And that's it. And from my perspective, what must be happening, it's like people, you're looking at my channel and it's being curated or tailored for you to YouTube's showing you what just a limited number of what they're selecting and curating like a limited number, and most of my videos are not available. They're not available. They can't be found because I have them all in playlists. Never do I get a comment on a video in a playlist. That's how I would expect most of my old videos, but you can even search them by oldest first or most popular or something like that. Even to this day, I don't get another comment on my most popular videos. Not even one comment more on one of my most popular videos once a month. Not even that. And that's on my most popular videos, the ones that already garnered a few comments when I published them. And when I say few, that's exactly what I mean. It's like YouTube has this rig on it, like they've ratcheted up the censorship to like no, absolutely no more than 2 views on anything, and almost entirely ignored. It's an algorithm. This is not how humans behave. None of my subscribers are like this. I know that you're human beings. I've met you all, and not to have any support or a grin, no sign, no wink, no cheer, nothing. That's not how humans are. And I can look at other channels. It's like their subscribers act like human beings. Others, they act like the robots that they are, because you can see that the channels are rigged with a bunch of bot accounts that they got with some algorithm or some app or whatever. They cheated, basically. Or other people, they cheat like legitimately, and it's not called cheating because they just pay the tech companies to make them look like they have a big number or whatever. It's the same thing, whatever that amounts to. You pay for views. They pay to get the number, like to have a million views, and like, oh, suddenly they're world famous. And they're bot accounts, and you can see all of the bot comments. But I mean, normal channels with real human beings doing real stuff, you see humans responding. And then when people are doing anything that engages the heart and the soul, like art and music, you see human beings responding on that level. Definitely, they'll respond positively. That's how audiences are. They applaud. Yeah, even on high technology like this. It's social media, computer, technology, innovation sort of stuff. Fine. But people still act like normal human beings on this. Even though there are efforts to totally reprogram your brain as well through these technologies, saying, oh, look, we have people's attention. Well, well then, let's see what we can do. What can we study with all of this, quote unquote, attention? It's a corrupt way of running business like that. Imagine if Pacific Bell or whatever your old phone company was before computers came around, when everyone still talked on the telephone. Imagine that if your phone company was doing the same sort of thing for attention. Oh, look, all these people attention are using our wires. What can we do to infiltrate their attention and manipulate them? Right? That's a kind of dastardly way of running business if they're doing that. And at one time, it seemed like that was common sense to know that this was dastardly. And now you have people just like, they're just so blatant about it. Well, yeah, what did you expect? Yeah, everybody's doing that. Yeah, it's like, what are you going to do? That's just the progress. It's not progress, though. And it must be resisted. We must resist that kind of way of running business. And so, I think real things too, in real time, real ideas in real time. Like, not even Russell Brand is like that. He's all clips, everything. Look, you listen, you just like, yeah, there's more energy in it. He's so happy. Right. Gee, Russell, do you like Rogaine or propane? No. Here's the quip I came up for Russell Brand. Hey, Russell Brand, do you use propane or Rogaine or cocaine? I think it's pretty funny. I don't think he uses cocaine, but man, is he amped, right? He's like, but that's all they show, I'm sure it's just coffee, man. He's taking like espresso shots and then coming out and doing some like high-tech breathing exercises too. Pumping himself up, getting his heart rate going, and then coming up in front of you, and then everything. It's like he's not holding his own camera. His camera is like far away. He's got camera crew checking lights and with meters and making sure everything's centered right, and the whole works. It's like there's millions of dollars in his production. And that's the saps are the all of us who buy into that. I'm a sap as well. We buy into that, but it doesn't mean that it's like, yeah. And certainly I don't give comments anymore because he has a billion comments all the time. It's stupid. And then again, he doesn't care in the end. He doesn't care what you say ever. It's just, he tells you and asks you and pretends to be interested and want to continue the conversation with you in the comments box, but he never reads it. He never cares. He doesn't give a damn. No, absolutely not. He doesn't give a damn. Not to say that it wouldn't just be hard to with all of those comments. I would have to say it would be hard to, but to entice people into it the way he does and not to care. That's the thing. That's the crime. It's like, just shut the hell up about your comments box, dude. Russell, it's like, you don't care. You don't continue anything. And it's like, and you don't hire anybody in your name to contribute either on your channel, to pretend to be you on your channel, And then there are other people who mock his channel. They've got a thing that looks like his channel, and it looks like he's responding to your comment. And it's not him because it's spam. It's like, oh, thanks for commenting, man. Here, quick, call me now. Here's my number. Let's continue this talk. Text me here, call me now. It's like, oh, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, Russell Brand just gave me his phone number in the chat box to talk to me now, People believe it. People want to believe it. That's the problem. And so people are falling into it. So it's like already, it doesn't matter if you have something good or bad or how big you are. There's vipers and parasites everywhere, just trying to like sap everybody and mislead your audience. But when the chat box is like so sparsely populated, not to show a response is heartless to the extreme. I got to admit that you folks are heartless not to ever comment. It is. That's what it is. It's heartlessness. You're not showing any normal, decent human dignity. And what you should, for all of the work I go to and all of the effort and all of the achievement I've done within art and especially within music and songwriting. And it's like just absolute nothing. It's like the highlight of my year is to get 6 likes on one of the hundreds of solos that I publish over the year. I'll get 6 likes. That's the big highlight of the year. Everything else, absolutely ignored. Never more than 3 likes, right? It's like, is this an algorithm? Gee, could somebody in this tech underworld, super cosmos out there have infiltrated it and be draining and sapping me of all normal organic applause, of all like decent, kind human responses? Could someone be out there rigging it so I'm absolutely ignored, and no matter what I do, I don't publish anything, and it looks to me like I'm publishing it? Could someone be doing that? Very much so. That's probably exactly what's going on. You've heard of the Twitter files. It's even old news at this point. You've heard of the Twitter files. YouTube, Google, 10 times worse. I'll guarantee that because it's been years, and I've known for years they've been 10 times worse. All of those horrid things that came out about Twitter, I just realized, like, man, I knew this years ago about YouTube, that they were doing this years ago to me on YouTube. Twitter just borrowed the technology of censorship. YouTube's been doing it all along. It's been years for me, 4 years like this, at least 4 years. Who knows what it was? Did somebody get mad at me who worked at the company and then just set an algorithm that was that I would never be able to overcome? What is it? Is it some NGO that has determined that, like, I should not be attended to in any degree, and I should never be admitted as having a good idea, not a once, ever, anywhere, on any of the videos? Really? All the talks, not even one good idea once somewhere. No. Well, why listen? Why listen to someone who's so bereft of meaning, who's so bereft of, like me, right? Why listen to someone like me who's so inarticulate and bereft of good ideas, right? Of course. Why would you listen to even someone like me, right? I'll try to dig out the one good idea that I have in hundreds of hours of talks, right? That's how you act. Like, oh, it's not even worth the effort to listen to anything that I say, certainly. Right? Could that be an algorithm that's being forced upon me? Of course it is. Of course it is. Because in no way in hell is this how human beings act at all, even through the telephone or through the computer. In no way in hell is this how human beings act. I've been to gigs. I've played tons of live gigs. The best live gigs I play are on stages where people come and sit there to listen to me play. And they pay to do that. They pay to sit there and listen. Those are the best audiences, by far. They appreciate the music so much more. They listen carefully. But I mean, I've played at a lot of public venues, hotels, wineries. I've had a nightly gig at like the best hotel in the area for 4 months. I had a nightly gig, best hotel in their lobby and around their courtyard for the restaurant. And I've played in other parts of their hotel as well, up on their rooftop patio as well. So, I've played at a lot of other wineries and things like that. Yeah, I mean it's okay. Audiences are okay, but wineries aren't that great because the wine drinkers are just like they're deadbeats essentially. They're deadbeats. Yeah, maybe they're deadbeats who have gotten rich off of their inheritance and are sort of like retired young and drink a lot of wine and but they're deadbeats, folks. The people that hang out at wineries are total like artistic deadbeats. So that's the truth. Whereas the hotel's a much more lively crowd. You get all kinds of great people going in and out of the hotels. And winery, I mean, there might be a good person or couple or something somewhere, right? But it's like that's it's like audiences differ. It's about expectation. When people get something for free, they absolutely think it's crap. And that's essentially what's happening with me as well. I mean, in addition to the censorship, I can't believe the censorship would absolutely be so, like, absolutely thorough and total. Could that be? Is that true? Is it absolutely that thorough and total? That maybe they're erasing 99% of all the good vibes and all the comments and all the likes and even all the views. I've seen YouTube has held back legitimate views from my channel. They were doing this 8 years ago. They were doing this. Like, I'd share the link. The share would get 10,000 views, and I look back on my YouTube channel, and the number wouldn't have gone up. I'd maybe have gotten like 3 more views through the YouTube channel or something, but it didn't show anything of all those 1,000 views from the link, or 10,000. One of them had over 10,000. One of them had like 8,000, something like that. That was back in like 2000, I don't know, 13 or 14 or something. It was like, and so like their algorithm can be so sophisticated that they can actually just delete you and leave you published. Leave me published. Leave me spreading good vibes all over the world. Leave me, let people being responding and liking and all of that. And then to eliminate all of those statistics, to eliminate all of the good vibes. So people think I'm erasing them or never commenting on them. To eliminate all the likes, to not even let those views show up. Right. It's a forced obsolescence. That kind of thing. What a rig. This isn't how audiences are. I mean, I know YouTube's big and everyone's not on my channel every day, but it's like I have so much good content of hundreds of great videos. The point of this talk, hundreds of great videos, and the whole subscriber base, it's entire. All of you are acting, well, no, not all. Not all. There may be one, up to 2 of you. Up to 2. Maybe that's even objectionable, but that's almost none. Up to 2 of you, but who will look around, and I might get a comment on an old video on one of my playlists. Maybe once a month or something. That might happen. So I can't say it's no comments. It's like 1 comment maybe once a month or once every 3 or 4 months. At that. But sometimes not. Sometimes like 8, 9, 12 months will go. I won't get another comment on any of the 400 old videos that I have up. As though they're just not even there anymore and they can't be viewed. So I don't know. Is YouTube are the limited delinquent few human beings who actually work through YouTube aware of what's happening? Are they aware of what's going on, or are they completely unaware that all of this is happening because all they see are numbers and they've unleashed an AI to work on its own and to produce statistics. And they're just statistic gatherers and analysts at this point. They don't give a damn about anything any longer, about the human element that they're squelching and squashing underneath it very unfairly, like what they're doing to people and human beings, and the conversations that they're inhibiting, and the truth and fidelity that they're misrepresenting. Are they even aware of that? I don't think so. I think maybe are they at this point just statistics gatherers? They're letting all of this go on, and they're just sitting in the sidelines while the AI does all of the work, and they're just sitting in their sidelines looking at how they can gear the statistics to ramp up better profits at this point, whatever the human cost, whatever the cost to the human psyche. We can ask that question. It's got to be asked, because that seems to be at the core of what's going on with YouTube. And either way they answer, it's not a good result. Whatever the case is, YouTube is overrun with negativity, and there's no positivity. And especially when people like me can be so utterly run into extinction and obsolescence so easily. Do you know how easily all of this audience, you're all running me into obsolescence by ignoring all of my best work? And I don't know why. I don't know why you always ignore all my best work month after month, year after year. I don't know why. I've been trying to figure it out. I've been making talks. I've been, never do I hear back from anybody on any way I try to approach it. It's just empty. I'm always speaking into an empty well. Well, I also have my microphone on too, so it sounds like that at the moment. But as well, it's... Right? Really? Nothing I do, nothing can change it. I try to stay positive. Still nothing changes. I try to ignore it and still continue publishing good work. Still nothing changes. Still I'm entirely ignored. I try to publish poetry instead to see if snap you out of your complacency, of just your absolute silent, flabbergasted, self-complacent chagrin that seems to have overtaken your souls. Nothing works. Nothing ever garners another comment, another response, or anything. Anything. Never a comment. Never nothing. Ever. From except those two people who are there. The two subscribers who might happen to comment on one of the videos. Two. That's it. It's an algorithm. It appears to me. I don't believe it. I don't believe that the audience is choosing, that all my subscribers are choosing to ignore all my best on their own and to totally deprive me of applause. I don't believe they're choosing that. I don't. I cannot believe it. No matter what. Even if that's what they're doing, it's just, I cannot believe it. And I'm convinced they can't be doing that. They can't be doing that. That's not how audiences are. That's how people act when they're not subscribed to you and they don't care about you. That's not how people act when they're subscribed to you. That's not how people act. They've subscribed. They've subscribed for a reason. Because I've got something to share and something good. And they want to be a part of that and want to hear what I have to say because it's new and it's invigorating and it's exciting, whether it's in poetry or especially in my music. But even when I have something to say, it's not like I'm a dull person, folks. I am an autodidact. That means that I've educated myself more so than any of you who've gone to college. I paid $250 an hour to have a professional counselor to speak with. And basically every single day it was like she was just learning from me. I mean, it was still worth it because I was the one talking. But I mean, in the end, she wasn't half as educated or half as smart, even about psychology as me. I was educating her about psychology, about Carl Jung, about Jordan Peterson. And she was just essentially like, well, she was an ear. She was a good ear. And that's what I paid for. But nonetheless, it's like, even she wouldn't subscribe to me. It's like I'm paying her $2.50 an hour. Even she wouldn't subscribe to me and give a good review. Like, you know, she's essentially witless. She holds her own fake education. It's not fake, but look, folks, I've educated myself so far beyond the master's degree level in what I do, which is music and guitar. Nobody plays the guitar like me. Folks, I smoke Joe Satriani. I smoke all of you guys. I love them. I'm not saying because they have a different style than me, but the style I'm playing is way more challenging, way more beautiful. This is not the one-dimensional style of music, which I like, from Satriani, which he has to layer to make sound one-dimensional, make it sound three-dimensional. He puts in loops and layering and stuff. So he cheats. Whereas I'm not cheating. This is like the most symphonic instrument is the flamenco guitar. The most symphonic instrument. More than the piano. Why? Well, because the piano is one of the least symphonic instruments. It is. It's one of the least symphonic instruments. You have one mode of attack. It's that hammer. You press the button to hit the hammer. It's one mode of attack. Guitar, you have like 5, 6, maybe even 7 modes of attack on the strings with your own fingers because you're not using hammers. And so it's a much more symphonic instrument because of that. If you think about that and look into it, what I'm saying is absolutely right. So it's like my talks, when I talk, I'm not mincing words. I'm extemporaneous. I'm real ideas in real time. Other people can't even do that. You know, other great thinkers, you see. Well, of course, Peterson does that, but, and I don't hold people, you know, it's like, it's still what Russell Brand says is important, and I like his voice. But he's gone into this sort of manufacturing a confection of himself. That's what he's doing. He's manufacturing a confection of himself. And that confection is he tries really hard to like still be genuine beyond that confection. And that's why I esteem Russell Brand highly, because a lot of people never seem to try and strike beyond the mask. They never seem to want to get beyond the confection. He seems to be utilizing the confection to try and more efficiently bring out his genuine message, right? Isn't that sort of what you could say about Brand? So, of course, Brand, high esteem for what he says, no doubt. But it's like this is a harder thing, is to be extemporaneous all the way, unedited. And so, right, and so real ideas and all of that, what audiences do with all of this stuff is it's real. How audiences organically and honestly react is not how my audiences are reacting. So it bears the signs, all of the signs of an artificial algorithm that's shadow banning my channel. Thank you for listening.